signs, then you can't entertain payment. Ain't nobody offered a deal. Ain't nobody signed a deal with you. There's nothing to entertain. What are you talking about? You're using all these words like you in charge of something. There ain't no deal signed. There ain't no money no coming. This is you're forecasting shit. You're forecasting. Let's get business. You're forecasting sales that you haven't closed. How about that? That clear enough for you? You're forecasting stuff you haven't closed. They just talking. Ooh, I sure would like to sign with you. Man, that insurance policy look good. Yeah, well, proposal look good. Yeah, come back to my office. Let's talk about it. Yeah, bring those donuts and coffee. Yeah, let's run through it again. Sign on the line. No. We're not to the signature part, but let's talk about it. Can you deposit that shit in the bank? No, because it has not been closed. I know what I'm talking about, and I told you at the beginning. No man that's a high value man who can't is gonna take on making $500,000 more. Seriously, gonna do this?
Yo, what's going on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Get comfortable. Cause I'm just gonna go ahead and get to it. Y'all already know what the deal is. PCPOV is back. So we hopping straight to it. Where's my notes? So, yo, hello, it's me. Just call me T Marie, and welcome to yet another episode of PCPOV. Today, it's Friday. I know I'm supposed to be going live on Thursday, but I was a little preoccupied yesterday. So today, I felt myself like, back in the groove. I had my notes and everything ready. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this live popping on time at that. It's 7:04. I'm on time. Look at that. Look at God. You see, I'm just so dedicated to being like disciplined this year, and like if I say I'm gonna go if I say I'm gonna go live once a week, I'm gonna go live once a week. If I say I'm gonna do something at a certain day on a certain time, I'm setting reminders. I'm being, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing all the things. Like I'm doing all the things that, the self-help books and all of that tells you that you should do to be, successful. So I'm guinea pigging my, guinea pigging myself. Yeah. I'm test, numero test case zero or whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever the first person who tries some shit. I'm that for a lot of this shit. So we gonna see. We gonna see. What had happened? What had happened? Oh my gosh. So in my journey of like figuring out content creation and all of that, I stumbled across this fucking page called Mermaid Serenity. And when I tell you, it is nothing but this girl of, I don't know what her ethnicity is, but she lives in Hawaii, and all she does is take pictures in different mermaid fins and like hair colors. And I'm pretty sure some of them is like editing jobs, because that's kind of why I was like, I came across it, because I'm looking at like, editing tricks and, lighting and all of this different shit. So I'm starting to like trick my algorithm into, showing me more of that type of stuff. So I spent a significant amount of time on this mermaid page. And when I say it's like literally some of the like it's easy content, but because they are in the right place. Like there's one where it's like Shorty is swimming with the mermaid tail and shit, and she freaking goes near like a shipwreck, like an underwater shipwreck. And I'm just like, yo, how the fuck did they know that shit was down there? Like, did somebody have to scope it, or like, did she go down there and they was like, ooh, look? Then they started making me think of like all of these different things. Like, how do they communicate with one another? Like, do they have like special, hand signals? Then it's like, what kind of fucking camera is he using? Why that shit is like damn near 4K. I did not set up my, what you call it, my little presentation that I did last episode. I didn't set it up for this one, so I'm gonna have to insert the photos maybe like here or here. One of these places I'm gonna put the photos of the mermaid girl. But it was just like, you fucking like you literally can do anything you want nowadays. Like you could wake up one morning and say, I want to fucking be a dinosaur. What do? Get on Amazon, buy that little inflatable dinosaur suit that niggas on Instagram love so much, and you could walk around making fucking dinosaur noises and have one of your friends film you, and you fuck around, go viral, and make millions. You can literally do anything. So I just feel like as much as I was hating a little bit, because I'm like, this bitch ain't even fucking, like, it's impressive. Like, it's impressive as fuck, because she's swimming with the fin, and, you know, like, she's holding her breath, and she's doing all of the things, and looking all, you know, mermaid-like, or mermaidish, or whatever the fuck it is. Like, she's doing all of that, and she's getting paid good money for it. And it's like, how can you be mad at it? But also, like, how can you not be mad at it? Like, how could you not be mad at something like that? Like, what little black girl would have woken up and decided, Mommy, I want to be a mermaid or I want to be a princess? And they would have the wherewithal to, like, get her a costume, put her in, like, this super scenic area, take a bunch of pictures, and then get famous on social media. Like, who would, like, I don't think that would have been a thought 10, 15 years ago. Like, 10, 15 years ago, I don't think we would have been thinking like that. But we are privileged to be living in an age where you literally can do whatever the fuck. Like, it's fucking crazy. Shit, I see the Facebook looks good. Definitely, guys, make sure y'all call in to join the convo. You could call in at 347-343-4025. Not going to be here, you know, too long, but, you know, we're back. So we're going to be doing this every single week. What else? What else had happened? Kim and Kanye call it quits. I mean, who didn't see that? I mean, do I have a noise for that? Yeah, I mean, who didn't really see that? Like, who? I mean, I thought they would have made it. I don't know why. I really and truly don't, but I would have thought that they would have made it. Like, I thought that they would have been like that one weird couple that everybody know, like the Will and Jada. Like, they're weird. Their dynamics of their relationship doesn't really make sense to anybody, but as long as they like it, we love it. Like, I always kind of felt like that about Kim and Kanye, and it's kind of sad, I guess, to hear that they're calling it quits. Like, I really don't. I don't know. Like, I just. I mean, maybe he'll go back to making sense again. Maybe he'll get with a black woman and she might bring him on back, you know, to the sane side. Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't want to say that I have too many expectations, but this is going to be, because how old is Kanye? How old is he? He might have time for a comeback. Hold on, let me see. Kanye West age. He's 43. Ooh, I mean, he, you know, watching a lot of our faves turn 50, really like changes the perspective of certain things. So I feel like, you know, depending on how he handles, let me speak, you know, let me enunciate. Depending on how he handles the divorce will determine what kind of comeback he can have. Because, like, he lost us with all of, like, that Trump shit, and then he kind of started winning people back with Sunday service. So, I mean, until he started with the walking on water shit. Like, that was too fucking much. But it was just like, he started doing more, you know, black things, and you know, we slowly but surely, you know, shared the videos and the viral moments and all of that good stuff. So, depending on how he does with the divorce, I feel like, he can make, I don't know. I know he gotta
get you some mental help, ho.
and he do. I mean, that should be top of the list. That nigga needs to see a therapist immediately. He needs to unprogram all of the keeping up with the Kardashian-ness that he has had to endure over the however many years that they were married. I mean, I've heard that the show is ending its reign of reality show, record setting or record breakings or whatever the fuck, because that show's been on forever. It breaks all of the viewer, what do they call them, like the viewer, what the fuck are those things, all of the top shit. They break all the records, they break all of the viewership records. Why did I have the only brain fart? They break all of those records and they're finally calling it quits, which, good luck, Godspeed, and good riddance, because I wasn't even about to remotely pretend like that show was of anything. I mean, it's given us some really good meme moments. I will say that. It's given us some awesome gifts. Kim Kardashian crying that gif is, that's gold. That's gift gold. But, we gotta pray for him. We gotta pray for Kanye. We gotta, keep him in our spirits, and hope that he could come back to the fold. Maybe, B and J, maybe they can, reconcile their beef with him, and they can all talk shit about Kanye. I mean, about Kim behind her back. I mean, I don't know what they would discuss or what their actual beef was, but I don't know. Maybe they could be friends again, and Kanye can make it to 50 and spend, the second half of his 40s a lot better than he spent the first. And speaking of relationships, as one ends, one begins. And hey, I don't know who that is. I see y'all on Facebook Live. Please share the live, because we're gonna get into the conversations after this. But also say hey in the comments so I can say hey back. Like, y'all know I don't like talking to myself. That's the whole reason why I changed the format of PCPOV to include all of y'all, is because I don't like talking to myself. As contrary to popular belief, I do like to engage in the back and forth. So even if you don't agree with something, call me up too. Like, we can argue. I don't care. Let me know if y'all can hear me too. I need y'all to be my co-producers. Let me know if I'm low, if I need to, raise up. Let me know. But what was I saying? Yeah. As one relationship ends, another one begins, and that is with Lori Harvey, as she has been dubbed, the black, the black, what's her name, Bridgerton, cause she done. Lori Harvey's only 24, and when I think about what I was doing at 24, I ain't do it right. Lori Harvey has put, like, I can see why the Generation Z kids, like, have so much anxiety and all of this shit, is because they have so many points of reference for, like, how things work, and, like, actually can see how they pan out. Like, oh, if you grew up learning this or believing this, you grow up to be this. If you grew up, doing and saying things like this, then you can be this. They have so many examples of, like, end-to-end situationships, like, that would give any fucking body anxiety. And Lori Harvey, I'm pretty sure the girls under than her, like the 18-year-olds, like, their anxiety must be through the fucking roof, because they all must think they gotta live a life like Lori Harvey. Like, listen, I don't even know. Like, what the hell is this one?
You could never be.
Well, no, I wouldn't say you could never, but I'm gonna tell you this: it's not gonna come easy. I tell you that it is not gonna come easy, because she is out here loving on Michael B. Jordan. just taking the cutest little couple videos, playing in the snow, and there was a whole ass rollout. You a little low. Raise it up on her. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you? Oh yeah. Can you hear me now? Then how do I sound now? And thank you. Who was that? Let me. This is. Hey, Mikhail. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't be wanting to sound loud in my headphones, so that's why maybe I should just turn the headphones down, and I'll turn everything else up. So yeah, Mikhail, tell me how it sounds now, because I definitely had that problem the other day. I definitely had that problem where it was like everybody heard everything, but it just sounded muffled. And you know what it is? I think it's because I'm doing it in headphones. I need to put it in speakers. Like if I need to invest in some speakers that goes to this thing, because I feel like speakers would help me hear a little bit better. And I don't know if there's a lag or something, but I haven't seen you reply, Mahal. So I'm gonna just assume that you can hear me now. But yeah, Lori Harvey, Michael B. Jordan, they look adorable. I'm not even pause. I was gonna say I'm not even mad at it, but then I realized why people were mad at it, and I think I kind of am a little mad at that too. And the age difference is a little problematic for me. But however, if she was already seen dating Puffy, it's already a pattern now. Like once is an accident, twice is a pattern. She likes guys. Doesn't matter, old, young, artsy, hood. Like it doesn't matter. Like she just likes men, and that's great at 24. Like she's not committing. She's committing to them, but kind of sorta. She's not getting pregnant by any one of them, which is like big key. Big key. She is not getting pregnant by any of them. Niggas is still trying to figure out how she managed to go through Future unscathed, and for that, I stand. But it's just one of those things where it's just like I see both sides. Like I see why people are upset at how she's living, because like I said, a lot of us wish we could have. A lot of people want to, and they're mad because it's like, damn, like that's such a high level of what you call it. Hey, Harmony Boo. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like, whew, listen, she makes it look good. What can I say? I hear her mom, does the same. Her mom is just, spending up Steve's money, but making it look damn good. And, apple don't fall too far from the tree, and it is what it is. She has raised her daughter very well. I want to know how Steve feels about it. Like I want someone to sit him down and kind of ask that question about like, yeah, what do you think about your stepdaughter and bopping? Like, is that what you had in mind for Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man? Because I feel like how does he feel? Like it's not really his kid, but she took his or he adopted her and gave her his last name, or however the fuck that ended up working. So she is a representation of him. How does he think that makes him look? You know what I mean? Like I know he's done his fair share of fucking things up, and having to get back and all of that, but it is what it is. Like I want to hear his thoughts. I want to hear his thoughts. Mikhail says she's not getting pregnant. LOL. Leave Future alone. Listen, Future seems to. I don't want to say he ruins everything that he touches, but she just happens to be the one who made it through. She had her fun. She got her AP. She showed off. She talked her shit to the other bitches who was hating for the back. And she showed them that you can love them and leave them and keep it pushing. You didn't have to have that baby, sis. You could have got all this shit and still left and been on top when you left. Like she just is what a lot of people wish they could have been or could be. it is what it is. Like, I don't know how she does it. I don't know. I don't know what that girl thinks about anything. I don't know. We have yet to really hear her speak. The most she has spoken is in this Michael B. Jordan video. That's the most that I've heard of this girl's voice. I don't think I've ever heard her talk before this. Like, it was that crazy. Like, she is that stealthy about her shit. And I think her mom kind of gave her that too, because I don't think I really heard her mama speak neither. I've seen her on the Shade Room in some cute boots and shit, but I don't think I've heard any of the Harvey women speak. That is crazy. Why are people mad? Girl, like I said, people are mad because they wish. I mean, I wish I could have dated, high earning men, as that, nigga Kevin, what's his face, says, he calls them Henry's, high earners, not yet rich, or not rich yet, some shit like that. It's clever. I give that to him, but he's fucking annoying. But I don't even want to get into that nigga. Maybe later, but not right now. Not right now. But again, hey, it's Harmony. Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey, boo, what's going on?
Good. How are you? It's Harmony. What's up?
Only Harmony on Instagram. Also Shades by. What's going on?
Let's go, baby. I heard you in your topic and stuff. A couple questions or whatever.
Yeah, girl. I mean, ask your question.
So, what is the difference from every other young lady out here who is in the dating scene? What's the difference between them and Lori? Because if my memory serves me correctly, there's a lot of women out here who didn't only date one person like their whole life. Like, I'm sure they have a bunch of guys, a bunch of exes, a bunch of ones they play with. Like, what's the problem?
I think it's because it's I think it's because it's so public. Like, she's so publicly photographed or videoed or, blogged about being with these men. A lot of times, people like to say, the wholeness can be deleted. Hers can't. And I don't even really want to call it wholeness, but for the sake of, the example, like, her wholeness can never be deleted. We done seen the videos, but like, sis, like, we see you feel me? So I think because people can see it and they can count and they can, tangibly tally up all of her body, well, I don't want to say all of her bodies, but her public bodies, it makes them feel like they can judge her. Because they don't know about whatever you doing on the side don't make you no better or no worse. You feel me?
That was my thing. Like, people are really mad at this young lady, but I just feel like she's young. She doesn't have to be settled with the one right now because, hey, she's the young rich by association young lady. You understand? The only thing I couldn't get with was how you dated Puffy's son and then Puffy everything. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how that works. But if that was the type of vibe they had, I just don't understand why people so. There shouldn't be an uproar about this.
It really shouldn't be, and I hate that people are saying that they couldn't hear you. But I hear you, and the roadcaster hears you. So I don't know what the hell that is. I'm about to just put everything up. Like, everything is up. Everything, all the levels, up. I can't. But I need to figure this out. But no, I just really don't understand. I might just take it off the and play it out loud if that's the case. But yeah, girl, I don't know. People got to get over it. People got to, let that girl be. They got to let her be her. And as long as, let me put it on speaker.
I just don't understand it. Like, there's young men who are out here dating and doing whatever publicly, rich celebrity young men. Why is it that she's just being crucified like this? I mean, she's not out here having babies trapping. So what did I miss? I don't know.
Listen, people just want to be able to throw their stones. That's essentially what it is. And you kind of gotta let them. Like, when people put their business out there in the public, you open yourself for that kind of criticism. Whether the majority agrees or not is it doesn't matter. You feel me? It's just the fact that it's there, so people are going to talk about it. I, for one, I'm not mad at sis at all. Like, do all of the traveling, get all of the free trips, do all that shit, date all of these good, money making men, and do all of them things, and set your standards as high as possible, as early as possible. And when you get to that age where you want to settle down, now you have a better pool of niggas to settle down from. Because what is the alternative to her dating all of these other people? What is she gonna do? Date broke niggas like bums? Like what is she gonna do? Look for a nigga with potential?
Because there's an upgrade to an upgrade. I mean, I always believe that. So who knows? But she's a beautiful young lady. Although I wouldn't want my business publicly, exposed, but because she is, she's associated, by her stepdad's a celebrity. If she's going to be in the limelight, but does that mean she should act differently? Like, I don't know. I just think it's a lot of judgment.
It is. But thank you so much for calling. Go ahead and leave all, drop whatever you got going on for the people them one time.
Oh, what's happening, everybody? It's your girl Harmony. Follow me at Only Harmony on Instagram and Shades Fine for my cosmetic line. But yeah, what's that?
Yes, boo. Thank you.
Later,
baby. But yeah, I mean, people just gotta let that girl live her life. Like, let her live her life. Leave her be. She ain't hurt. I mean, I hope she don't hurt him. That's all I could say is I hope she don't hurt that young man, because that young man, even though he's not really a young man. He's 30 something. I wonder what happened to him and that Taylor girl. I was a little happy that they were together. Like, I will say that I was a little happy that him and the Taylor chick were together, and hearing that they broke up and hearing that he's with Lori Harvey. I didn't even hear that they had broke up, but I just I kind of liked that one. That was nice. That was nice. I wish I would have heard more or seen, but then again, because I haven't heard much about that relationship, that's probably why they didn't last. What else had happened? Oh, the Whites stormed the White House. Oh my gosh. I meant to talk about this last week, but because there was so much that was going on, I forgot, and I'm going to make this one really, really quick. I don't think I'm going to get to which is fine, because now I get to save. I like that I'm able to resave and roll some of these over now. When I actually plan shit goes well. Like, shit goes amazingly well. Mikhail said, I thought he was dating Snow Allegra. Really? Snow Allegra? Hey, cats. I didn't hear that. I gotta go now. I gotta go do my Googles. Now I gotta go do my Googles, because I remember the problem with him was he didn't date black women at all. And then when black women got on that ass after he was in Wakanda, then he went and got with like the most beautiful dark skinned girl. I mean, the only other person he could have probably got with was like a Tika Sumter, but I think she's married, or she was married, but I know she has a kid. So I don't think he's really up for stepdaddy duty, but I digress. Back to the angry whites. The angry whites decided to disrupt the vote count or whatever, for whatever the hell they was voting on. I think it was like the Senate and the House stuff that everybody's been working on. But yeah, they stormed the fucking Capitol. They show up at the Capitol to protest and all of this shit. And then at some point, I guess they said 45 made an announcement and said, oh, we're going to the Capitol. I'll meet you there, and we're going to go up and da-da-da-da-da. So that put the battery in their backs to go ahead and go to the Capitol. And then somebody gets the bright idea of, we're going to go inside. And when you think of that, it's just like, one, why? Then two, it's like, y'all ain't gonna make it in. Them niggas is gonna shoot y'all in the face. And then three, it's like, only white people would think to want to do that. Like, that is how you, like, what was supposed to happen? what ends up happening is we see videos of like cops letting them in, moving the barricades. Niggas took the barricades and placed it alongside the wall for those to climb up the side of the wall to get in there. And let me tell you something. I went to DC for the first time back in August, and we went to the Capitol. And when I tell you, it was like you had to be let into certain sections. Like there were people at the gates. I didn't really see any like cops or anything. Like, no, I'm lying. I did see cops patrolling the crowd, but I didn't see any cops by the steps. But the steps were so separated, like people couldn't get there unless you was like a family of like one of the people who was slain by police brutality. Like unless you was a, you know, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor family member of that, you know, of that level, you could not get up on them steps. So the fact that these people were able to not only get past all of those barricades, but then carry those barricades to use them as ladders made me feel like this is a little bit of a show. And I could be wrong, because, you know, white privilege is that prevalent to where, you know, they could very well do that shit and not get shot in the face. But it was just something about it just didn't, you know, sit right with me, because it's like you see the videos of them walking in and niggas is staying within the stanchions. Like if y'all was really rioting, niggas would have kicked the stanchions over, jumped. Like niggas do that shit at the club. Like niggas do that shit for less. Niggas do that shit at fucking Six Flags. Like niggas will move a motherfucking stanchion. So the fact that y'all walked in and y'all looking around and then this, that, and the third, and then, you know, everybody is like, it just looked too, it looked like a distraction. And every time I feel like that, it's like, damn, what are they fucking distracting us from? Like, what the fuck is it gonna be? Because if this is the distraction, the thing must be 10 times the size of this distraction. Because the thing is never smaller than the distraction. Like when the distraction is small, it's like, all right, you probably trying to pass a random bullshit law. You trying to like take away some rights for something here, or you're trying to change some, you know, legislation over there. But then when you have these big, you know, like the tiki torches and shit like that, like those big distractions, it's like, what the fuck is gonna happen now? What are y'all doing over there? What the fuck is going on? Because that shit just didn't make no fucking sense to me. Hey, Steph. Steph said it was an inside job. I believe so too. Listen, it just, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to the whites, because they just seem to just get more and more ridiculous every day. Everything is fucking oppression. Everything is, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our rights, they're taking. Nigga, you have everything. What if you don't give? What else is people gonna do? Just let you keep taking from them? Y'all don't even allow that amongst yourselves. Y'all don't even do each other the way y'all be trying to do other people. Cause like, you know, the people may say that shit don't exist, but I've seen, you know, Jews turn on other Jews. Oh, well, let me not say Jews. That's not correct. Jewish people turn on other Jewish people. I've heard stories where they're overcharging their old people because they know they fucking got it. They might not be related to each other. They might not, you know, attend the same temple or whatever. And that's why they feel like they could get up, you know, one up on one another. But that shit happens. Niggas just want to make it seem like, you know, everybody else is so unified and blah, blah, blah. Nah, they got their fucking shystiness about them too. It's just a sense of every other race or group of people know how to get past that and unite when it's necessary. Like, I don't really ever see when all black people get to unite, and it's been hella fucking necessary. We still fighting with each other, hoteps versus hoes versus, you know, the highly educated Negroes versus, you know, it's just everybody is always still fighting. And I have yet to see when all black people is like, nah, fuck that. We We may hate each other, we may, have our issues, but we squadding up today. And I have yet to see that. And I don't know what it's gonna take for that. And I hope that shit ain't gonna be too late. Cause the way the whites ran up on that fucking the way they ran up, it could only make me imagine, like, God forbid there really was a race war, right? And really imagine if white people were gonna start, killing and shit black people. Who gonna protect us when we don't got no guns and no land and no bomb shelters and you know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? So we gotta fucking get it together, because we gonna need the Southern blacks because they got land, and we gonna need the Midwestern blacks because them niggas know how to farm and fucking ride horses and shit, and we gonna need the gay blacks because they know how to fucking make things and grow things, and they're the ones, all the queer gay people. A lot of them are like plant moms and dads and shit now. So we need the hoteps because them niggas know how to be, vegan and live off the land and da-da-da-da. We need all of us. We need all of us, because no one type of us knows everything. So we need all of us. And I don't know how much realer it's gonna get than that, but we fucking need all of us. And niggas gotta stop playing, because the whites is losing their fucking minds. And we could laugh and we could watch them and we could do all of that shit, but we need to fucking pay attention. We need to pay attention. But I digress. I done talked about all of this, stuff way longer than I wanted to. I was giving myself 30 minutes for what had happened. But, let me just say, oh, shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Shit, you see what happens when I try to multitask? Yes, see? I was trying to fucking hyper strike all of this shit out. But in the meantime, let me say this. Shorty who fucking lost her life, R.I.P. I will say that, R.I.P. However, let that be a lesson to white women that these niggas, scratch that, these white men will have y'all hype and have y'all believing that they fucks with you and they alabaster princess or whatever the fuck it is, because y'all can't be Nubian queens. But whatever you think you are to them, they will let you get shot in the motherfucking neck and not nail, sign, picket, hashtag, nothing will happen. Nothing. You will get nothing. Them niggas will go about their motherfucking business and leave your ass and your name and your everything that you thought you were standing for to motherfucking die. Let this be a lesson to all the Karens, the Beckys, the Susans, the Marshas, the Brittany, all of y'all. Let Shorty be a lesson. And I wish I knew her name, because she deserves for people to know her name, because she went hard for you niggas. She took one in the neck. And y'all ain't say shit about her. Y'all are the reason why I don't know her name, white people. Y'all did it. It's y'all fault, really. I just know she died because they kept playing it like, it was really, really bad. Like, watching that was really, really bad. But people were supposed to know her name because of y'all, and y'all didn't let that happen. So white women need to understand, they will do you foul. Pay attention. Anywho. So, the main topic for today, and after this, then I'm off this. The main topic for today is how broke is too broke. I had a clubhouse room with my homies, Najir and Monet, and we do every week. It's called The Problem Is, and we pick a random problem every week. We discuss it, we dissect it, we discuss it, and then we figure out how to make it right. And the conversation we had was, the problem is you're too broke. And we, went around the room and each of us defined what broke was. And I find it interesting that everybody has the same general idea of what broke is, but their level is all different. Because people are like, oh, broke is when I don't have enough money to do what I want. Broke is when I don't, you know, when I can't. Yeah, essentially, broke is when I don't have enough money to do what I want. I was gonna try to generalize it another way, but that works. And it was interesting because hearing everybody's definition of broke kind of went into like, what do people value? Because it's like, although you can say you're too broke in one way, we were all pretty open in sharing that we were willing to be more frivolous in other ways, like to where some people would be like, oh well, I won't spend on high value items, but I'll take luxury trips, or I'll stay in 5 star hotels. Or it's like, oh well, I may not have like the luxury car, but I have a very nice home, or I spend money on my clothes, or whatever the case may be. So people kind of compartmentalize this idea of broke. So of course it came around to the conversation being people being too broke to date. That's always, the topic of conversation for whatever reason. Close the door, please. Thank you. Um, yeah. So it came the idea of being too broke to date, and so of course, dudes want to cape for the, oh, why do dates have to cost money and blah blah blah. And it was one of those things where it's like, all right. And this is where I don't like quoting this nigga. And I think, actually, yeah, I'm not even going to quote him because I'm going to save that for next week. I'm just going to keep it on the whole broke conversation. For me, I feel like broke is when I have to think twice. Like if I can't be impulsive, then I feel like I'm broke. And I mean, that's not always a good way to look at it, because it's like more often than not, I am going to be impulsive. But then more often than not, I'm going to be, saving and all of this other stuff, and won't be able to be as impulsive. Like it'll be like shop, 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 shop. And then now I can't shop for a little while. Shop, shop, shop. You know what I mean? And it's like, it becomes this, it's a thing. And I need to curb it. Again, that goes with the whole idea of discipline. But again, it was just one of those things where it's like, what are we determining this level of brokenness? Is it broke by our standards, or is it broke by the standards of those around us? And I'll give you an example. We were talking about going on trips with friends. And say you go on the trip, you're planning the trip with one friend, the friend who's in charge of organizing it. They present a hotel that's 4.5 stars, 100 and something a night. Is that bad? No. But do you need 100 and something a night? 149, 129, 130? Like, do you need that on a girl's trip? Probably not. But because that friend organizes that, should you feel like you're broke because you don't want to pay for that? You want to go to the 2.5, 3-star that might be 99 a night, 109 a night. Something that allows you to be more frivolous in other areas. You're going to be too broke for your accommodations, but you want to have your money to spend somewhere else. Do you then have to be judged or take any judgment, or do you have to explain or plead your case? How does that dynamic look? And a lot of people were honest in the room and said, no, I'm judging my friend. And I didn't feel good about that, because I could never judge somebody for saying, I'm not going to spend on this, but I'll spend on that. I'm just somebody who don't have no money. Like, tell me you only want to eat out at cheap places, but you want to stay at a good hotel. Or tell me you want to stay at a cheap hotel, but you only want to eat shit that we ain't never ate before. Like, tell me one of those two things, but don't tell me you have no money, or like you only have the money to get you there and you just leaving it up to faith and prayer when you get there. Like, don't tell me that. That's when you get caught broke. But it's just this thing where I feel like people's what is it? What's the word? people's judgments are based on how other people view them. It's not like if you put blinders on a person, right? Like those little horse blinders or whatever. Like if you had blinders on people, would they still be so willing to like judge brokenness or whatever? Like if you were never able to see what other people had in their homes or what other people had, you know, on their like if you couldn't see any of that shit, would you still feel like you were broke? Would you still feel like you were too broke? And I don't know if that's the case for everybody. I really don't know. I think to a certain level, a lot of it is, you know, not a competition, but like oh, if that person could have that, I know I could have that. Like if that person could get this, or if that person can't afford that, I know for a fact I could get that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get 2 of those. And it's like, if you didn't know what any of that meant or whatever of any of that read like, would you still want it? Like, take for instance Yeezys. Are they comfortable sneakers? I don't fucking know. Do people buy them because they look good? I don't fucking know. But do you buy them because other niggas see you and they know, oh, that's this amount of money. That nigga got bread. And how many people are going to be willing to admit that they buy it because of what it's going to make other people think? Same thing with trips. Are you staying at that hotel because your pictures are going to be nice? Or are you staying because you're going to make use of all of their amenities? And you're going to, you know what I mean? Like, what's the why? And I feel like the more you ask and try to find out what the why is, the more you can have a more honest conversation about it. Because for me, like, I want the experience. Like, if I'm going somewhere, I want the experience of where I'm at. If I'm in LA, I want to smoke the weed. I want to eat the Mexican food. I want to go to the pier. I want to, I want to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I want to do the things that if I lived in LA, I would do on a regular. And so for me, it's just like, it would be cool, but that's not what I would spend my time on. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could just be broke. And I'm just thinking like this because I don't got the disposable income to where I could just be out and about and spending money however. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, when it comes to brokenness, when it comes to money, like, do you work more to make more, to spend more, or to save more? Like, what do you really put, like, when you are exchanging your time on earth for money, your time and your talent on earth, you're exchanging that for money. What are you doing it for? Are you doing it to spend more and show, you live a life? Or are you doing it to save more because, you want to leave something behind? Like, can it be both? I don't know. I'm not there yet. When I'm there, I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. But I really would like to know what it is. And since I haven't seen Facebook move in a while, I'm just going to assume that it froze, and that's fine because I'm close to the end anyway, because that's the question that needs answered, right? How broke is too broke? And if you want, you can call in at 347-343-4025. You can leave your definition of broke. You could tell me how broke is too broke. How broke is too broke to date? How broke is too broke to invest? How broke is, too broke for luxury? How broke is too broke to travel? Like, how broke, like, give me a number. I think that's the best way I could say it. Call in, leave a voicemail, and give me a number for, like, how broke too broke is. Because it there's got to be a number. Like, everybody knows poverty, yes, whatever. But niggas in poverty, they're either loving it or they're finding they're scamming schemes to survive it, or they're gonna overcome and come out of it. But unfortunately, until somebody does something globally, I don't know what we can do about poverty, because everywhere has poverty. There are different levels of it, but it exists. But I want to know the people that are in between. I'm not talking about the billionaires, millionaires, all of them niggas. I'm talking about us in between motherfuckers, real ass people. Not these celebrities, not these fucking whatever, real ass people. Us niggas. Like, how broke is too broke for us? What is a number that we should all be aspiring to, trying to reach, whatever the case may be? Like, let it be known and be real about it. Because if I had to put a number on it, I feel like if every black family, and when I say family, I mean everyone who shares the last name, the same last name, if everyone in every black family try to, figure out how they can make, as a collective, $1 million a year, I feel like that would put black people at a bit of a it would be I won't say it would put us at a hard, because I don't really know the numbers and how it breaks down, and I'm really just guesstimating off the top of my head. Because I think about it like, if my family could figure out a way, because let me see, how many people would it be? 4, 9. Okay, so it's like, maybe if I'm counting immediate family, it's 10 of us. If 10 of us can figure out how we can contribute $1 million a year into like a family account, if we could figure out how to do that, I feel like we would be perfectly fine. Like, I feel like we could live the rest of our days without nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Cause let me see, $1 million a year. Let me do the maths. Because I really want to know. Do I even fucking have a calculator app? I don't know if I have a calculator app. So 1 million. I don't think I have enough zeros. What is it? 9 zeros? That hundreds, thousands, millions. Okay. So 1 million divided by 365 days in a year. That's shit. What number is this? 270. Wait, what? The what? 100. Okay, well, all right. So I think I have too many zeros. I think I have too many zeros. Hold on, let me do this again. So that's 1, 10, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Wait. Wait. Oh my God, I feel so retarded. Hold on. Stop pinging me to rooms in Clubhouse, guys. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, million. Okay, I had way too many zeros. All right, so that's $27,397.26. That's every day, 27,000, and I said that's gonna be divided by 10 people, so that we would have to make 3,000. Each of us would have to make $3,000 every single day for a year to make $1 million. Okay, so maybe $1 million is too high. Maybe $1 million is too high, but all right, maybe $500,000 then. Okay, fine. I'll drop it down to $500,000. So it'll be whatever this is, and we just divide this by 2. So yeah, $1,400 every day. Is it impossible to make $1,400 every day? No, but it's a number. And I feel like when we talk about these ideals of being broke or being rich or whatever, we all have our individual, thoughts and definitions on what it is. But we need to start putting numbers to this shit. Like, what does it actually mean? And I think of, like, when you think of like a Kim and a Kanye, like, we know how much they're worth, but like their lifestyle, how much of that do they actually get to keep? How much of that do they actually get to sit on? How much of that do they actually have, you know, available at the drop of a dime? We're gonna see a lot with this fucking, you know, divorce and shit. Like I said, how they handle this divorce is gonna mean a lot. It's gonna mean a whole lot how they handle this divorce. But you know, it's one of those things, and it just I don't know. It's, we need to put numbers on things. We need to have things be more quantifiable. And the more that we can have things be quantifiable, the more we can really be realistic about what they mean. Because to say something is too broke, am I too broke if my house is paid off? Like, I don't have no mortgage, I just paid property tax, my car is, you know, paid for, all I do is insurance. You know what I mean? Like, am I broke if, you know, I pay my business, or I pay whatever, and I don't pay myself? Am I broke if, you know what I mean? Like, am I broke if my investment portfolio is like bomb as fuck, but I can't touch the money, so I gotta live like a broke college? Like, what are we talking about here? And I think that we gotta put a number on this shit, because if there's one thing that I've noticed, is that when you start talking numbers, a lot of shit changes. Like, people are like, oh, I'm a rapper, and it's like, oh, okay, well, how many albums have you done? How many performances? How many live performances? How many features? How many average plays do you get? How many new listeners, you know, find your music? You start talking numbers now. How much have you paid? How much have you been paid for your music? How many paid shows? What's the most amount of money you've been paid? Like, when you start talking numbers, shit starts. You start weeding out the you start weeding some niggas out. Yeah, you a rapper, but how much are you promoting and marketing? How often are you promoting and marketing your music? I met a chick, she, you know, does reggae and dance hall music. Shout out to you, beloved. But yeah, she pays for this company called Wolfpack Promotions, and it's these niggas in biker jackets and wolf masks, and they will show up to your event, and they'll start howling, and they'll just walk around with their little jetpacks, and they will promote the fuck out of your music. They'll pass out flyers, they'll, you know, pass out little, you know, what you call it, QR codes, where you can, you know, listen to the person's music on the spot. Like, they have all of these little cute little things, and I could tell sis is serious about her shit. How much management do you have? How, you know what I mean? How many people do you have? People talking about, oh, I'm a boss. How many people do you employ? How much money do you net? How many sales do you make? Listen, numbers are important. And I know it's like, oh, well, how dare you ask people numbers, blah, blah, blah. Because how dare I not? Because without asking people numbers, they could just tell you whatever the fuck. And if you're not asking for, you know, if you're not asking for verification and shit like that, then, you know, I don't know what else to tell you.
You're a dummy, bitch. You will never know shit.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, again, if y'all wanna go ahead and join the conversation, I want to thank my homegirl Harmony yet again for calling in. But we gonna keep it rolling. Make sure if you're catching this after the live is off, and you want to call in and share your point of view, you can do so at 347-343-4025. You have about 2 minutes, so you got to get your shit off in 120 seconds or less, or it will cut you off. And we'll play it next week. I'll dedicate part of, you know, what happened to playing the voicemail. So, you know, make sure you leave your Instagram or your Facebook. You know, you can leave that real quick. Hey, is Instagram name from wherever you from. And then you can start your comment. So until next time, bye.